I had the opportunity to play the highly anticipated game Outbound, and here are my first impressions. Real talk here. I'm being super honest about what I actually felt about this game. So if you first don't know, Outbound is a cozy open world exploration game set in a utopian future. So what you're really doing in this game is you're exploring multiple different areas, going around this open world in your camper van. You're lighting fires across the bonfires across the land. You are scavenging for resources to help upgrade your van, collect new materials, that kind of thing. This is also a co-op game, so you can play it with friends or on your own. And you can really build and explore at your own pace. There's customization with the van at the beginning. You can customize your character. There's crafting. There's gardening in this game. You can have a pet. So lots to do, lots to explore. But I want to really share what I really felt about this game, so you can decide if it's worth the price tag for you or not. So here are my honest thoughts. So let's start with the good, because there is good in this game that I really liked. So first things first, I'm typically not a first person type of player. Like, I don't love a first person camera. But so I was surprised at how fun I was actually having in this game. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that after, but I honestly thought I wasn't going to like the game. But when I was playing it, I was having a lot of fun, and I was having a hard time wanting to turn it off. I felt like it was a really fun game. I thought it was rewarding with the progression of driving your van around to find as many fires as you could, and how you could get out of your van and go and explore. I loved the foraging and how you could cut down the trees and find new plants. I love foraging in games. It's one of my favorite aspects of cozy games, and so I thought that was really fun in this one. I thought it was really cool, and I think the game does a good job of motivating you to want to keep playing and keep going. I also thought that the sound effects and the music was really nice and relaxing. I really enjoyed having it in the background. I really loved that about this game, to be honest. I thought it was great. The crafting in this game is also really cool. There's a mini game that goes along with your crafting, and it's really cool because it doesn't punish you if you don't do it perfectly, like a lot of other games do. Like, in other games, you have to start over if you mess up in the mini game. This one you don't have to. So I really liked that because it does add an extra layer of coziness because the stakes aren't high. And I liked that because when it comes to mini games in games, I don't like them. Typically, I try to stay away from them, and it's not really a sell for me when I see that there's mini games involved, because usually it's just hard and annoying, and I don't like that. So yeah, I found Outbound to be a lot more fun than I expected, and also satisfying in a way that I didn't expect. And I really liked that. Also, the ambiance was really nice. The environments were really nice. Like, you could stop and just look around, and it was gorgeous. Like, Outbound is a beautiful game. If you like scenery and you like atmosphere, Outbound is really good for that. Now, let's go into the parts of Outbound that I didn't quite like. And unfortunately, there's a lot of things I didn't like about the game, which makes me sad. But, it's not a super inexpensive game. And I think it's really important that you sort of know what you're getting, and you can kind of decide when you're listening to this if the things that I didn't like would bother you or not. Because what bothers me about a game might not bother you, but I'm just being honest about the things that I didn't quite care for in Outbound. So one of the things is the character customization. I felt like really needs a lot of improvement. You can't turn your character around in character customization, or at least not that I could figure out. So, for example, when you're choosing your hair, I don't like that I couldn't see, like, from behind or the side, because how am I supposed to know if I actually like the hair? if that makes sense. And I didn't realize that was important to me until I was playing this and I couldn't do it. And I'm like, oh, I guess I do actually care about that. And you can't zoom in on your character too. So it's really hard to see, like, like I get it because in the game, you don't really see much of your character anyway. But, if you're going to put a character customization in the game, I want to actually put the effort in to make her into or her or him or whatever, into something that I like, right? And I couldn't zoom in. So it was really hard for me to see if I actually liked the eye color and things like that. So I felt like that just really needed a lot of improvement. And also, there's not a lot of customization options for your character. You're kind of given one template for your character, and then you only have a few options to choose from. So I actually hated the way my character looked. I really couldn't make her into the person I wanted to make her. I really didn't have much creative freedom with character customization, which was a bummer. And it's like they sort of give you like an avatar of who your character is, and you really don't have much to play with. So I really didn't like my character. I wasn't happy with her. So you'd think, like, you do see her van a lot, and so I thought there would be a lot more customization when it came to the van, at least. But even that, it was very limited. Your van customization is not a lot. And again, like, I don't know if maybe later on in the game, maybe you can get more customization options, but I don't know, it doesn't really seem like it. Like, it seems more like you're upgrading your van and not really, like, you're not really I don't know. So in the initial customization, I really didn't get to play too much with that. And again, it's kind of like a bummer because that's what the whole game is about, is your camper van. So why give the option to like customize if you're not going to like make it a little bit more immersive? So that was sad. And then, so going into the actual game, let's just rip off the Band-Aid. I felt so sick playing this game. The motion sickness that this game brought to me was so rough. I actually ended up having to turn it off because I felt like I was on a hurl. And you can play with the camera sensitivity, but it really didn't help me that much. It helped like a little bit at first, but then I just still felt sick. So that really sucked. And they let you go into third person mode when you're driving the van, but they don't when you're walking around. So again, it's kind of like, why not let me be in third person mode when I'm walking around too? Because I wonder if that would have maybe helped with the motion sickness a little bit. But yeah, that was rough. I didn't really like that. It also felt like a very slow start in the game. Like, at first I was like, I don't really get this. I don't think I'm going to like it. And then as I continued to play, it became more fun, but it is a slow start. So to play the demo, when there was a demo available, and then you're like, oh, I don't know, it was kind of slow. You might need to give it a little bit more time, because I didn't start getting into it until a little bit later in playing the game. It took me a bit because it is a slow start. It does start to pick up. It just kind of it just takes some time to get into it. Also, when I was playing the game, I was really struggling to figure out the purpose of the game. Aside from going around, collecting resources, upgrading your van, and lighting fires, I was kind of like, what's the purpose of this game? There didn't really seem to be any story or lore at all. And so I struggle with games like that, because if there's no purpose to what I'm doing, I'm kind of like, what's the point? I don't really enjoy that. So I don't think I'd be motivated to want to keep playing it. I think that's where the co-op comes in, because if you just want a game to play with friends and something to dive into, like, that could be fun, but I'm not really a co-op player. So I was just struggling to see like how I would stay motivated to play the game. So yeah, those are kind of my gripes about Outbound. So I was able to give you the things that I liked about Outbound, the things I didn't like about the game. And really, at the end of the day, like, this is sitting in with mixed reviews on Steam right now. And so obviously they do have a lot that they need to improve in the game. But I think that it is things that, I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be easily added, but I do think that with some updates, they could make this a better game and make it into something that's really good, with some simple tweaks, some quality of life fixes, that kind of thing. Like I do think that there's room for improvement here and it could end up being a really good game. But for now, I'd probably wait to buy this for a pretty big sale on the game. Like, I hate to say this, but I wouldn't pay full price for this game, to be honest with you. The way that it is right now, I think that they need to improve maybe a little bit too much at the moment. Like, I feel like maybe this feels a little bit early access, even though it's not, it's a full release. So yeah, I just hope that like with a 1.1 update or something that they will take the feedback of their community and make some pretty big improvements, because right now it needs, I think, too much work. I would wait for a sale on this one. It is on sale right now. I'm in Canada, so it's $30 Canadian right now on sale at the time of this recording. But I'd probably wait for an even bigger sale at this point, because right now it's 10% off. So yeah, but if you're somebody who doesn't mind, kind of just exploration, you don't need the lore of a game, and you don't mind first person, this actually could be the game for you. Like, if you just like to explore an open world at your own pace freely, you like to play games with friends and you like to just grind it out with friends, and again, you don't mind the first person, this could be a game that you really like. So just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because these are personal preferences for me, and maybe players like me. So yeah, that's kind of what I think about Outbound. I hope that this helps you in some way to understand whether or not this is a game that you want to buy right now, considering it is a highly anticipated game. A lot of people have really been looking forward to this one, and now that it's out, like, I want to give you the real tea on it, so that you can make an informed decision. But yeah, if you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more game recommendations and reviews like this one. And for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.